Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's take a look at what's in store today.
New patch notes have dropped. Let's regale in the winds of fortune. Well met, adventurer. Since our last meeting, you've climbed through the ranks of the new battle pass straight from Nahantu's river gates and sought out legendary gems of increased fervour. This content update introduces new legendary items, the Winds of Fortune limited time event, and even has the hint of an incredible alliance 20 years in the making, set to make its mark in Sanctuary. Please note, the generals of the Burning Hells have unleashed their most clever magic, the ability to alter time itself. Starting on October 30th, the server time will be set back 1 hour for all European and North American servers. Sanctuary and Azeroth collide. Diablo Immortal and World of Warcraft 20 years. Sound the horn, our Diablo Immortal World of Warcraft 20th anniversary collaboration is heating up. In November, familiar faces and notable items from the world of Azeroth will make their debut in Sanctuary. Get ready to conquer foes in PvE and PvP events and earn cosmetics that will proclaim your allegiance to the Alliance and Horde. Plus, get your hands on new legendary gem invoking the power of a twisted entity. We'll reveal the details in our full blog on November 5th. Now, I never played World of Warcraft, but I know there's a lot of people in Diablo Immortal that will be excited for this event, and I'm definitely interested to hear more. Now moving on to what everyone wants to know about, new essences for legendary gear. Starting with Necromancer, Cleansing Pyre. Corpse Explosion now consumes corpses to conjure soulfire pyres around you that follow you, continuously burning nearby enemies. Flesh Pick Main Hand. After entering combat, Corpse Explosion passively generates a corpse every 3.5 seconds to follow you, up to a maximum of 3 corpses. Tempered Urn Chest. Bone Spirits deal 20% increased damage to burning targets. The Unattended Helm. Bone Armor now protects you with bony spikes that reduce the damage you take while damaging all nearby enemies. Untapped Marrow Offhand. Bone Spirits now unleashes several spirits in all directions, dealing damage to enemies along their paths. Veiled Parasite Pants. Wraith form now targets an enemy, causing you to transform into a parasitic wraith that hides inside the target's body. While hiding, you cannot be targeted and are immune to damage. After a duration or when you use any skill, you will emerge from the target and damage nearby enemies. Now, this sounds like it could be a super powerful essence for Necromancer in PvP, so I definitely want to try and gain that one as quickly as possible and test it out. Let me know if you'd like to see a video of that in testing. It could be interesting in PvE. I don't know how well it would work in PvE compared to PvP, and it'd be interesting to see if it works against bosses as well. So now let's take a look at wizard essences, starting with Flame Feast Shoulders. Meteor cooldown is reduced by 0.4 seconds per burning enemy, up to a maximum of 1.2 seconds. Mask of Many Helm. Slow time now empowers you for several seconds, during which your skill damage is increased and an arcane phantasm will appear to cast your charge skills instantly at full charge. Jolt of Stars Pants. Meteor now cools down a meteor that rolls forward after impact, damaging enemies along its path. Charging increases the number of meteors and their distance rolled. Wake of Jazareth Main Hand. Arcane Wind now unleashes a tornado that rushes forward. Charging increases the number of tornadoes and their distance travelled. Windroar Amber Offhand. Arcane Wind cooldown is reduced by 15%. And Tendrils of Time Chest. Slow time also increases movement speed by 40% for 3 seconds. Now, these essences for Wizard don't look as exciting as the Necromancer ones. However, they're definitely worded quite interestingly, so I'm going to be trying these out soon as I can obviously get my hands on them. And I've been saving up legendary items to trade in so that I can gain my weekly bonuses for that. Balance changes, so starting off with Necromancer. Wraith form baseline cooldown has been increased from 9.4 seconds to 12 seconds, and Tempest, Flowing Strike, Safe Borders. Duration of immunity to loss of control and knockback effects decreased from 1.5 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Now, this is probably a welcome change to most, unless you play Tempest, of course, but for those that don't, for most of us, this is a happy change, especially in PvP. So I'm going to be interested to see what that looks like once it's actually been changed in game. Let me know which essences you're most excited for in the comments below. Now moving on to the returning Winds of Fortune limited time event. So many will be happy for this, and let's take a look. Heraldric scholars have been poring over their tomes to find the source of this increased materialized wealth, while the merchants of Sanctuary are seizing the opportunity to increase their abundance. So this is available from November 6th till November 13th. While Winds of Fortune is live, activate your 24-hour buff to receive this duplicate effect. Once activated, the buff is in real time and will end 24 hours after it's been initiated. If you've not activated the buff within 24 hours of the event ending, it will be enabled automatically. Any rewards not claimed before the end of the event will be auto-claimed on next login. During Winds of Fortune, the floor player party normal gems bonus will be doubled and unaffected by the daily cap, and only the first 12 common gems of the day will be tradable. So you can basically gain extra legendary gems from running 4-player parties, so things like Abyssal Verge, dungeons, open world, anything that gives you those daily gems, you'll actually get double your daily gems compared to normal. So that is amazing. Any of these items will drop in duplicate quantities: gold, experience, battle pass points, normal gems, legendary items, and general items as well. So yeah, Winds of Fortune we've had a few times now, and it's definitely a good event for materials. Items from these activities will also drop in duplicate quantities: Heraldric Bestiary, Challenge Rifts, Bounties, Fishing, Dungeons, Purge the Depths, Accursed Towers, Hidden Lairs, Farming and Wild Zone, and Codex activities. Note that during this limited time event, Battle Pass rewards will not be doubled, and the weekly limit on Battle Pass points and normal gems will also not change. Any bonus experience gained will be affected by your current modifier. So that means that if you are obviously below Server Paragon or above Server Paragon, you will get that boosted or nerfed percentage on your experience earned. So definitely make the most of this event and try and run your daily gems every day that is active so that you get that boost, and obviously it will make it a lot quicker to farm your weekly gems as well. So I'll be doing mine on Abyssal Verge, and normally it takes about an hour with this boosted event in game. Now moving on to feature updates, kicking off with Terra Rift changes. We are changing Terra Rifts to improve your time collecting Terra Essence with the intention to make the experience a bit smoother. Terra Rifts will now be available for 24 hours with one map available at a time. Countdown time is now individual and not shared with the team, and teams must enter the same difficulty level and map to participate in the Terra Rift together. Essence requirements for each Stygian Spire has been adjusted. Previously it was 200 essence per spire, but is now 100, 150, 250 and 300. While the total essence needed stays the same, it is now easy to complete more Stygian Spires. Stygian Spire locations will be shown directly when they refresh, making it easy to find them. Monsters no longer spawn when opening a spire, and instead you'll go directly to fighting the boss, and screen effects have also been optimised for performance and overall appearance. Interested to see what this change is like, because I don't think it will make it any different with doing the towers or spires, but there we go. Next up we have familiar changes. To help prevent losing your preferred familiar when melding, we've updated the flow to ensure the process is a bit clearer. Currently, when melding two familiars together, the display is more focused on the stat upgrades and not the species that is being selected, which makes it easy to forget the species you're looking at. Now when you pick your resulting familiar's attributes, we've added a highlight to the familiar species selected to help indicate which species is being preserved. Familiar removal user interface updates. We've made it easier to remove a familiar from companion or bonded slot without needing to replace it with another familiar. The button to remove it is still in the same location and has an updated icon and is more clearly indicated as a drop-down selection. Familiar traits UI changes. The traits guide button will now have a counter next to it to show how many traits are activated overall to make it easier for you to see them without having to select the traits guide. So that'll look something like this, which is definitely much more straightforward than what we've seen previously with familiars. Event rewards milestone UI changes. An auto scroll feature has been added to the rewards milestone screen in the event hub. When you open the event hub, the latest available reward will automatically scroll into view. Battleground Gold and Legendary Loss changes. To help you on your journey climbing through gold and legendary ranks, we've adjusted the rank loss amount when paying in gold and legendary ranks. You'll now lose less ranking after a loss in the hopes of making the climb smoother. That was also changed they put in recently for Tower War as well. Training Ground Boss updates. One of the target dummies in Westmarch will now be a boss dummy, allowing you to test your items and combat mechanics related to bosses. It's amazing what a little extra straw can do. So that is what we were expecting in the last update. Reduced Inferno 2 difficulty. We are lowering the combat rating necessary for unlocking Inferno 2 and adjusting the combat rating tuning across multiple Helicri bosses to help smooth out the difficulty curve. Inferno 2's open world combat rating will now be set to 33,320, with dungeons at 33,520. And Uthmash's car boss changes. We've tweaked the damage for some of Uthmash Kar's skills to prevent instances where players are being killed in one shot, which is long overdue because a lot of people were being one shot by a couple of those attacks. So it'll be interesting to test that out once that change lands in game. Moving on now to returning events. Kicking off, we've got Alley of Blood PvP. So that one I don't really enjoy. We've got Survivor's Bane, which I know a lot of people will be happy about this one. Survivor's Bane is a really fun event and super easy to earn legendaries, especially with new essences landing. All clans on deck, easy gems from that one. Trial of the Hordes. So a lot of people are getting tired of this event. I really don't enjoy it when it's in game and I literally just do it for the event center rewards. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Shields of the Hearth limited time event. So this is one of the special limited time events. Crashing into a soft bed of snow, you free your axe from a fallen Khazra and rise to your feet. Breathing in then out, you begin to catch your breath, but it's short-lived. The frigid wind whips you around, revealing a small horde of Khazra racing to avenge their ally. Your bloodthirsty attackers number many, but when do they not? Raising your shield, you brace yourself for the slaughter ahead. So this is another limited time event with specific tasks to complete daily that will gain you some nice rewards, and that starts on November 9th until November 16th. As you complete daily Shields of Hearth tasks, you'll receive various rewards for your heroics. Racking up enough completed tasks will also unlock milestone rewards for you, an ode to vanquishing countless horrors. Region-specific game additions, so Battleground Legendary rank changes. When Battleground match only has players in the Legendary rank, all stat compression is removed and extra damage reduction will be added. Now this change is currently only in China, but it will be interesting to see if this eventually comes to the EU and USA servers as well. And finally, we have some bug fixes, and that is it from me from this update. Let me know what you're most excited for in the comments. I'm super excited for these new essences for Legendary gear, and let me know if you want me to test these out as well. For now, that's it from me. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.